All right, friends. Well, part 2 of a Friday new release doubleheader. Just got done listening to Train Spotting by Rome Streets and Conductor Williams. Now moving on to a new artist that is new to me, Ovrkast. This is called While the Iron is Hot. Album, 13 tracks, 29 minutes essentially. There's a couple skits that are like under a minute, so 11 tracks, 27 minutes-ish, something like that. I've never heard this guy before at all. I was pulling up the lyrics and saw this, missing lyrics. So basically the music nerds are not doing their job this Friday morning. This can't happen when you have smaller artists, when there's less people following. People aren't jumping up on the lyrics as much. At the end of the Train Spotting reaction, I think it was like the last 5 or 6 songs, the lyrics weren't up yet, so it kind of turned into just a listening experience. Basically going to do the same. Want to check this guy out. Seen some people talking about him. One of the things I'm trying to do, with the reaction game, there's a built-in poison pill to reactions. And if you can have some luck and some success like I've had, what happens is eventually you get done with all of the big, super duper important albums that everybody wants you to react to. So you have to find new things to listen to if you want to keep it going, right? It's weird. It's like a built-in lifespan, essentially, with reactions, in a sense. If you're trying to chase numbers, anyway. I don't really care about the numbers. I'm fortunate enough to not have to worry about numbers. So one of the things I'm trying to do is, still try to do my journey through hip-hop. There's still some classic albums I have not listened to yet. Definitely want to get to those. Obviously, listening to new releases is important to me, but I want to dive into the smaller artist underground realm a little bit more as well. I think that's important. It's fun to me. It's fun to kind of discover new people, and maybe they're not massive stars, but what if they turn into one? That's kind of cool. Who knows? So trying to dabble my toes in that. It's difficult. It's hard to find these smaller artists. It's hard to see people talking about them and all that. Anyway, so that's why we're doing this doubleheader. Both of these artists, Rome Streets and Ovrkast, not super duper massive stars, kind of exploring the underground a little bit this weekend in a new release format. I got a little bit in my throat. I don't know what's going on. Probably drank my water too fast or something. I don't know. So no lyrics. What else was I going to say? Oh, he's in East Oakland. So I live like an hour away from this guy, roughly about an hour away. Don't know anything about him, but there's some features. We got Samara Sin on here. We got Mavi on here. We got Vince Staples on here. Saba is on here. So that's kind of cool. Some features that I recognize. Quicker album. Let's drop in. Let's check it out. Ovrkast, While the Iron is Hot. The cover is kind of interesting. I'm trying to decide if this beam of light is coming out of his chest or striking his chest. It seems like it's being struck by the light. Anyway, there you go. Let's drop into track 1, which I don't have up. So let's see. What do I have? I only have lyrics for Small Talk, Dog Days, and that's it. I only have lyrics for 2 tracks. Anyway, track 1 is a skit. It's called Hot, and then we'll move into track 2, which is Truth. So let's check it out. While the Iron is Hot. First time hearing Ovrkast. That was kind of a weird start, wasn't it?
You good, bro? What the fuck? Shit is hot. Oh, fuck. Oh, what the fuck just happened?
Shit is hot.
This shit just fucking burnt my shit, bro. Fuck. Ow. Shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, hell, fuck no.
You like struck by lightning or something? I'm gonna let it roll right into track 2, which is called Truth.
Hot Iron.
Interesting. All right, here's Truth. Good switch out of that like muted,
so what you hearing is
muffled.
The life of a rap slash mic killer, track pass, life slipping, jazz ass, vice gripping, bright spitting, cracked ass licenses, having ass, pipe killing nigga. And he was sitting ass life for this vision. Alright, ain't no sitting ass, he right to the kitchen.
Interesting.
You see, he used to moving fast. Look out the window of his jet blue cabin, seeing Goose moving past. What's the truth and who asked? What you used to? The loose news, the waking up the youth. Use math, it's a new flute gassed. It's a new nigga who blue cash is the truth. To do damage, the true blue. Read it. New plans to annihilate. Watch the roof cause they'll violate. Tire scrape, land in the fire train hands where I come from. Ironically, my escape was the drum.
Oh wow, that was cool. That was cool. Ironically, my escape was the drum.
What?
Oh, I thought it was over. I was like, no, not already. Oh, nice.
And he was sitting ass life for this vision. And he was sitting ass life for this. Strike quick and it caught fire. I made wind breaking them fences start flying. I made shit shake, I made friction start spiraling. I stood right at my spot, I caught eyes. So what's hearing is the life of a rap slash mic killing, track pass, fight flipping, jazz ass, vice gripping, gripe spitting, cracked ass, licenses having ass, play killing nigga.
Hot iron.
That was cool. I like the vocal layer effect that was going on. However, I don't want that on the whole album. It's cool, but if it's like that the whole way, I'm probably gonna get sick of it. So we'll see what happens there. Another thing that's tough is obviously without the lyrics, I can't read the lyrics. I can't refer back to them. On the Trainspotting album that I just listened to, I could pick up, I mean, by the time I had gotten to the point where the lyrics hadn't been filled out yet, I'd heard 8 or 9 songs or something like that. And so I was pretty well settled into Rome Streets and his style. I could hear him pretty well. I'm having a slightly harder time hearing Ovrkast. I can hear what he's saying. It's weird. I can hear what he's saying, but it's not, my brain isn't I don't know, it's like a slipping clutch. It's it's not quite, I'm not grabbing onto it just yet. And so it's the first track, first listen. I'm not going to kick myself too hard over that, but I'm just trying to pick up on as much as I can. And of course, the hard part though is, line after line after line after line. And I'll go, oh, remember that. And then 12 seconds go by and I don't remember that. Cool production. I liked how, he was using that vocal effect, kind of like this weird, almost like a staticky layer on top of his own vocals. But then it dropped out a little bit too. They took it away. I like the light tapping drum coming at the end. Good shit. I really wish I could read the lyrics. I feel like he's saying a lot of cool shit. Track 3 is Small Talk. We have lyrics for that. We have lyrics. And this has got Samara Sin. Samara Sin is somebody else I want to check out. Last year, she had a track come out. I always want to call it Samurai, but it's not Samurai. Samurai was the album. That was Lupe Fiasco. Samurai, it's Katana. That was a fucking cool ass song. Katana. Loved Katana. Great track. And I want to check out more of her stuff. I just haven't. It's tough. There's, time is always the most limited resource for me when it comes to sitting down with more music and doing stuff like this. But finally get to hear some of her here. We got some lyrics up now, which is kind of cool. So let's drop into track 3. Track 2 gets a Heart Truth, and this is track 3, Small Talk. Loving the production so far. Cool production so far. A little bit of guitar. Oh yeah.
We don't need no less. We don't need no yeah. First thought, grind hard, never work soft. Still a man. First thought, ready when I hit the ceiling fan. Know my pen got the perks on it. First on it, ready now. Why perch on it?
This is cool.
Lurk on it.
This is cool.
I'ma hit you first, homie.
I ain't hit 'em all with the freeze, with the hoes, not impressed. We ain't bros, with a loop, run a goal, with a loop.
Oh yeah, this is fucking cool. Let's hear it, man.
Yeah, I don't wanna talk, just pay up. Hear a lot of shit, no fake ones. Hear a lot of shit, no fake love. Raise my hands. Yeah. Raise my hands, don't play like that. Both rims locked in, no breaks like that.
Talk cheap, sheep niggas make mumbles. Sound like you owe me some money. Long way, run around the main point. It sound like you owe me some money. Stumblin, barely even work. No need checker, put a checker just to wake up in the morning. Bitch,
This is great.
I'm spoiled
This is
and
great.
I'm popping. Call me Rubik's Beauregard. Put your money where your mouth is. Hoe up, put it in a car. I ain't hit 'em all with the freaks, with the
Yeah.
hoes.
This is a great track.
We ain't bros with a loop, run a go.
This like little horn sound.
Run a go, run a loop, run it,
It's
run
doing
it.
so much work of this vibe.
You asked me to play music. I'm playing the music. You want to talk over the music. You want to talk. We were just having a conversation. I'm playing the music for a reason.
I feel bad because I feel like that's me sometimes with my wife. Like, we'll be sitting there driving, right? No one's really saying anything. All right, I'm putting some music. Well, that's not true. I always put on music. Like, it's very rare when there's not music being played when I'm around. And then she'll want to talk. It's like, I'm trying to listen to the music. And I am an asshole because I always listen to music. So like, what? You can't stop listening to music. But there have been times where it's like, okay, I guess we're done. I'll put the music back on. And then she starts talking again. It's like, what are we doing? Are we talking or are we not talking? Because if we're not talking, I'll put on the music. And if you want to talk, that's fine. I'll turn off the music. But don't stop talking, and then I turn on the music, and then you start talking again. No. Anyway, Small Talk is fantastic. Small Talk is fantastic. Great production that establishes this whole, like, chilled out mood. Great flows and vocals on top of this chilled out mood. And it's not like they're lazy or slow or anything like. No, man, it's just good. It matches the energy of the production very well. Very well. I don't want to talk. Just pay up. Hear a lot of shit. No fake ones. Hear a lot of shit. No fake love. Rinse my hands. Don't play like. Both rears locked in. No breaks like that. I don't really understand what that means. Don't tempt my man. Just break like that. Don't wait. Jump in. Just shake like that. I got to sneeze like that. Oh, is it? Yeah, that was a real one. That was a real deal, not a fake pretend sneeze there. Grind hard, never work soft, still a man first thought, ready when it hit the ceiling fan. Ready when it hit the ceiling. The first thing I think of is, when the shit hits the fan, right? So ready when it hit the ceiling fan. No, my pen got the perks on it, first on it, ready now, why a perch on it? And that's an interesting one too. No, my pen got the perks on it, first on it, ready. Why I perch on it? Why am I sitting on this? I know I'm ready. I know I have the ability. Why am I sitting on it? I like that he just throws that question in there. Businessman want to lurk on it. Busy. I'm going to hit you first. I'm busy. Don't talk to me, businessman. I'm busy. Never seen nothing this made up. Never seen nothing this major. And Samara too. I haven't heard hardly any of her music, but the stuff I have heard, I really enjoy her style. Sounds like you owe me some money. Long way, run around the main point. That sounds like you owe me some money. Stumbling, stuttering. I don't do the muttering. Go, yeah, trick, yeah. Had to put some soldier in it. Spring water in the coochie, baby. Eat healthy shit. My Wu-Tangs and Kahooties lately, so I protect it. I invest it. Stop the conversating. Trim the fat and blessings. Then express them. That was a great little jam. Just fun. Just super chill. Like, that's the kind of thing, like, especially when you're on the West Coast, right? Especially for those of you who are not familiar with the Bay Area, especially in the summer. It's funny, the tourists come out in June thinking, oh, it's summer, it'll be beautiful. Nope, cold as fuck. Cold as fuck in the Bay Area in June. Foggy, windy. You just freeze your ass off, right? But you get into like July, August, that's when it finally starts to warm up. And you get those beautiful days where the overcast clears out, which I kind of like the name Overcast, by the way, for a guy who's from East Oakland. Overcast clears out, sun starts shining. And this is one of those songs, you put it on, and like you're in the sun, so it's warm, but the air is cool. You got the windows down, you're driving, and it's beautiful because you're warm from the sunshine, but the air is still cold and keeping you cool. This song fits that fucking vibe so well. All right. Good shit. Good shit. Let's keep going. Next track is called, what's it called? I'm On. I have no lyrics to look at. This is so sad. This is so hard for me. Yeah. I can click it, but there's nothing here. So anyway, it's got apparently Ovrkast and Jaunty are producing. So I don't, what was the producers? Not listed. Not a lot of information here, unfortunately. Anyway, this is track 4, I'm On. Good follow-up to the feel off of Small Talk.
Yeah.
Kind of carrying that vibe still.
Yeah.
Especially that little...
Okay, heard you right. True shit never got served with lies. All these funds in front of me. I don't even know if I earned it right. This shit shine like shiny teeth. I got crows with laser sight. This shit burn this laser light. Hot like combs and made of Sprite. This shit hurt this... What?
I like this too. A bit of a fucking hype going into it.
Niggas couldn't even say shit to me. Only for my paper, hundreds. It's on the floor like Asians dummy. Wanna call I'm racing, hungry. Wanna call like Asian companies. Going day by day, it's funny. Going play by play, it's stunning. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice breakout.
I'm on.
Go back into like the hype again.
I'm on.
Production rebuilds. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hot iron.
Hot iron. Yeah. So that's the second track without lyrics. And again, I'm still having a harder time picking up what he's saying. That's not a criticism. That's not a problem. I'm just noting that. With the previous album, with Train Spotting that I did earlier today, what I was kind of doing on the tracks that didn't have lyrics to read, if something shot through that I caught that I liked, I would just kind of talk over the song a little bit to repeat it, to acknowledge it. But it's funny because I can hear him. I can't quite make him out. And I wonder if part of that, on this one, he didn't have quite as much of that audio effect, that kind of like staticky effect over his vocals. His vocals were a little clearer. And I could hear some stuff that he said, but some stuff I was struggling to make out, which is, it's fine. It's not a criticism. Again, it's not a criticism. It's just basically what I'm doing is explaining my lack of saying things about the lyrics because I couldn't really make it out. Great vibe on that one, man. I like how this, when he was kind of hyping up, I'm on. And he was like building it up. But it was still in this surrounding of kind of like a chilled out. And so it wasn't like, sometimes with hype, you can get, with metal, I listen to a lot of metal, and metal hypes you up. But it's more of like an anger, a growling type of source of hype up. With the production and those backing vocals, and it was just still felt chilled out. So it felt like a hype up from a place a little bit more positive, I suppose, and just in terms of the style. That's good. I like that one. All right, let's move on to track 5, which is called Stumblin. I have no information for it. Lyrics are not available. I can't click it. Oh, it does give the feature, though. This is featuring Malaya. I don't know who Malaya is. Yeah, no idea who Malaya is, unfortunately. Anyway, here we go. Let's check out track 5, Stumblin. Production's been great so far. Really liking the style of the beats.
Yo, clever as a motherfucker. Overcast, what's the weather in this motherfucker? Walking around, living legend in this motherfucker. Taking hits from the veggies, I get none from it. When your feelings get impressed, don't you run from it. Hoping it can make you fresh when you done with them. Only aging with the blessed and the humble. I stumble when it's time to get away. I stumble when it's time to get a break. Steady working. Oh, funny, I be trying to live feelings, these ways that I be tugging. Know it's many in the bag, from the break, from the tugging. Okay, I came like the shape, and the thunder, they ain't see shit. All they heard was rain, and the rum is feeling seasick. We ain't get today, then we can cut it up to weeks.
Like the playfulness in the production, how it kind of cuts a little bit.
Once I can make me an amends when I breathe, but yeah. I said I stumble when I'm trying.
Nice. You go deeper tone.
I stumble when I'm
Jump down.
trying to get away. I stumble when it's time to get away. Damn. I stumble when it's time to get away. I stumble when it's time to get away. Damn.
I love
Being
that.
locked
God
jaw,
damn
the
it.
only reason I stop all this rapping shit. Rapidly increasing my stock, I know it's happening. I stumble when I'm trying to get away.
Kind of a neat
Stumble
flow
when it's
through there
time to get
too.
away. Damn. I stumble when it's time to get away.
I like Stumble.
I stumble when it's time to get away. Damn.
God damn it. Stumble when I try to get away. God damn it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Oh, here's the skit. We'll let play the
Ah, my boy. Hey, yo. I just seen you on the news, nigga. I just seen your hammer in hand, nigga. Hammer in hand. Be safe, you feel me? I feel like next time you should be wearing some goggles or something. Like, that was a lot of, like, sparks to just have your, like, bare face out. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is, hit me back, nigga.
That's like really fucking funny. If the context of the opening skit was him being struck by lightning, the idea of telling somebody you should wear goggles in order to be safe while being struck by lightning, that's just pretty funny. Like, hey, don't take any unnecessary risks while you're being struck by lightning. A lot of sparks and stuff. You need to put on goggles. Oh, that's funny. Well, Small Talk, I'm on, and Stumblin', great run. Honestly, and you know what? Truth was great too. I don't know why I'm excluding it from that little track run. Truth was good too. I've already kind of forgotten it. I remember mentioning that there was some, a little bit more effect on his vocals on that track. But those last three, still fresh in my mind, really enjoying the production. The feeling of the production. It does feel like early summer in the Bay Area. It does feel like early summer on the West Coast when the sun's starting to come out. The temperatures are finally going up, but it's still a little cold. The West Coast, because the Pacific cycles down from Alaska, the water is so fucking cold, man. But that's why it makes the weather so nice. It's kind of tough sometimes if you're on the beach and you want to get in the water because you're like, oh fuck, I'm waist deep. Oh, it's cold. But it makes for beautiful weather. And it just feels like that kind of weather. Good shit, man. This is cool. This is very cool. I wish I had more to talk about lyrically. That's like my superpower. That and being bald are my two superpowers. I'm only with one superpower today. And actually, you can't tell, but I'm a little fuzzy. I need to shave. That's so fucking annoying. I'm bald, but I still must shave my head because I still grow like hair, kind of like fuzz, like peach fuzz. And it's just lame. Like, pick a side. Scalp, what are you going to do? You going to grow shit or not? Then just, if you're not going to do it, then stop. Why do I have to go shave it? Anyway, that's my complaint for the day. Let's go to track 7. It's called MAVKAST. I guess Mavi helped to write it, so that's cool. He's not... Oh, he is on a feature. He's listed as a feature. Does this have lyrics? No. Lyrics are missing. So I can't look up the lyrics on this one, unfortunately. Anyway, we'll jump into track 7, MAVKAST. Here we go.
Yeah, don't get me started, bro. I'm in this bitch like common coast. I'm in this shit like not a joke. See, I'm in this shit, y'all not as dope. Mother call saying, cousin call saying, cuz you been going off for show. I ain't even get unlocked. I've been in this box. I've been trying to start this hoe. When they came to feel the pain, I was too enslaved. It was getting hard to cope. Money wasn't even staying. I was in the Paris thinking he forgot them hoes. Looking up like, damn, bro, you don't see us in the hood, dodge and smoke. And I ain't get a lot to show. And you ain't even
interesting, kind of like patient
Road
build
here
here
with
on
the same
the
friends.
production.
Low key didn't shake hands. Both feet when I stayed 10 toes down. Look at what I made here.
Niggas got killed for much less than I got. Niggas got killed for much less than I show. I'm never leaving
Got
my weapon
killed
at
for
home.
much less
Charlie
than I
can see it
got.
on steps that I show. I'll probably never
There's
get
a
credit
beat.
for those. I'm probably better off letting it go. Silence my brother LaMelo and Zoe. Know that he got it from 7 ago. All that you getting is pressure and cold. Diamonds, baby. We gon' get it by the book. Crook or the slimy way. Vines climbing pavements.
Fuck, I'm on that getting new fans and stuff. I'm tripping and flipping like Samson, bruh. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. They want me to fall, but I can't give up. They wanted my all, I gave them that shit. They wanted my swag, I gave them a kit. They wanted to brag, I gave them a Drake beat. They was mad I ain't say shit in Drake beef. I'm on top of this shit and you waist deep. I'm on top of this shit and you, hey, damn. I was tripping.
That was a good, like, little tear-off rant at the end. And what I like about it being the way it was at the end, especially with this production, this, like stomp sound. It wasn't really a stomp. I don't know how else to describe it. But this, don't get me started. You know, don't get me started. And then this kind of, like, stomp, pounding sound. It wasn't quite like an experience of feeling, you know, inevitable. But just this thing in the background, this I don't want to fucking, please don't make me rant and rave. Please don't get me all spun up, you know? Don't get me started. But then the track does a great job of doing exactly that, right? He gets fired up and tears off, and I wish I had all the lyrics in front of me so I could repeat them, but you can go back and listen. He just kind of rants off about, fuck, man, here's all the shit people said they want from me. You wanted this. I gave you this. You wanted that. I gave you that. And it's like, fucking, God damn it. What do you want from me? Good little track. This is cool. Makes me so sad not having lyrics. Makes me so sad. I suppose this is a good experience for me because if I'm going to explore smaller artists, I do have to consider the idea. Maybe I have to wait a week or so after their album comes out so that fans can get the lyrics posted up for me so I can read them. That might have to be a thing I consider going forward. Or like maybe if their album is out, I can pop on Genius real quick. Are the lyrics available? Are they not? If they're not, I'll probably just wait, unfortunately. That was good shit. I like that one. So far, this is a pretty cool little album, man. Very cool. That one gets a heart. The next one is called SPIKELEE. No lyrics are available for this. Ovrkast is the only one credited for the writing. Let's jump into track 8, SPIKELEE.
Yo. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Look at you, look at you. Look at you, look at you. Yeah, I'ma let it speak through me like a Spike Lee movie. I'ma do the right thing and let the kite swing fluid. I'm a right-hand man, so it might seem stupid if I left it up to somebody else to make an approval. No, it's hard in my city to make a scene. Believe we all came out of the east like leaves.
This blurry effect
I gave out for the
on
free
the sound.
like peace. Please God say something for the weak. We in deep, but never
Please, God,
shaky.
save
We
something
drinking
for
out
the
this
weak.
cap of the can. We had to savor it. So mama, I said thanks for the insurance on the back end, waking me up and laughing, making a fuss and making us come when we didn't have to. The church house was the first house that I practiced in, so the drum sound was raising where the passion is. I know it stunts now, lazy
the church house was the first house I practiced in.
Lid bust, now you rushing
So the
out
drum
the
sound
paper,
was
still
raising where the
raffle
passion
in.
is. That's great.
Yeah. Woo.
That's great. So he must have played in like the church band, or maybe that's where he learned how to play the drums or something. I don't know.
And I just say, Lord God, cover my baby, God. Keep him safe out there, oh Lord God. From the crown of his head, oh God, to the sole of his feet. Hey, my baby. Bless him and keep him, God. Again, from the crown of his head, God, the sole of his feet. Help him to trust you, God. And thank you for his success. Wow, God. We're just grateful right now. We're grateful all day.
All that.
In Jesus' name, amen, amen. Bless God.
That was fucking beautiful. I feel bad for using an F-bomb right there. Honestly do. Honestly feel bad for saying that. Just because for those of you who do know, I used to be Christian. I'm not anymore. For those of you who don't know, now you do. There's my very short story about it, right? But I've heard a lot of people pray. And I've heard a lot of people pray that kind of prayer. Thank you, God, for this, and watch my kids or whoever, and blah, blah, blah. That, honestly, that was like one of the best types of that prayer I've ever heard. Like, to me, when I listen, I'm assuming that's his mom. She sounded so full of joy. I feel like so many of those types of prayers that I've heard, it felt like the people who were saying it felt like a checklist. Yeah, and I have to thank you for this, and I have to thank you for this, and I have to thank you for this, and I have to ask for this, and I just have to ask and pray that you do this, and it felt like that. That did not feel like a checklist. That felt like somebody whose heart was filled with joy. It was so wonderful to listen to. I mean, I don't even know what she looks like, but I could see the smile on her face. She was so happy. And of course, right? Of course. If your son is being successful musically, going from the West Coast to the East Coast, and if he's making a little bit of money and all that shit, of course, look how far he's come. So that was wonderful to hear. Wonderful. Thank you to Ovrkast's mother, or whoever that was, man. It was so refreshing to hear that prayer said with that type of energy, rather than just checklist, mandatory, obligatory. And then, of course, the production that's going along with it is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous album. I was going to say that a little earlier, but I was like, maybe kind of jumping the gun. And then, too, what if it gets a little harder on the back end? We're only a couple songs in. I don't want to start calling something beautiful or gorgeous too early because, it can shift around in style a little bit. That was beautiful. I like that one quite a bit. SPIKELEE. And it's funny because I'm so happy almost just because of the prayer. like finally I hear somebody give that prayer in a way that feels appropriate. Like actually happy, actually full of joy, actually full of thanks. Anyway, there's my little side rant on prayer. My experience with prayer. This is great, man. While the iron is hot. This is great. Let's move on to track 9. It's called 6 a.m. Again, I don't have lyrics. I can do a little drop down. I clicked the wrong thing. That's Strange Ways. Writers. So only Ovrkast is listed for writing. This is 100 seconds long. Here we go. Here's 6 a.m. Production has been on fucking point.
Can't pitch a break even if I gotta break this time. Lord knows I've been searching, I can't waste no time. But it still ain't great this time. But it still ain't same old story. Work hard, pay for the lease, make sure my case all sorted. Playtime move to the daytime, nighttime made for the fortune. I'm trying to say something important. I gotta take my time when I make my rhymes. I ain't trying to get played with the dork shit. Understand my fate.
I ain't trying to get played with the dork shit.
Throw me back, I'll breathe through the wax all day. But if that don't work, I'm enforcing. Lord knows I've been searching, I can't waste no time.
Lord knows I've been searching, I can't waste no time.
But it's still like patience.
You should see like clap sound right there.
I hate this time. But it's still like.
But it's daylight. I wonder. He's talking about 6 a.m. He's talking about it's daylight. That like really stuttered clap sound, whatever that was, very odd. And he's talking about. Well, I already forgot. Oh God, I need a transcriber. I need somebody who can, I wonder if there's AI apps that will just full bore caption this in real time. Probably. I should look that up. But I wonder if this whole 6 a.m. thing is the first impression I get is he's been up all night working. Because there was something in there about I got to take a break, but I don't want to break. Something like, I feel like there was a play on words happening there between taking a break as in resting and I don't want to break as in I don't want to fall apart. Something like that. And so the impression I get is I've been up all night, probably working on music. I can't waste no time. But also, obviously, I have to go to sleep. But now it's already daylight. Like, it's already 6 a.m. the next day. It's already daylight outside. That's what it felt like. First listen. This is kind of rough. This is not my normal setup. But that little, like, it kind of anxiety. That's what it gives me. This idea of anxiety. Like, what was that? Something's banging around. Like, imagine you've been up all night and you've lost track of time. But you obviously, it's nighttime. It's late. But also in your mind, everyone's asleep. There's nobody up. There's nobody going around. And if you're working on stuff and you're focused and you don't realize maybe somebody got up, and then what do? They go out front, right? And they close the door and fucking, that kind of a thing. So that like, it almost makes me think of like somebody slamming doors or getting up and making a bunch of noise in the house when you don't realize, oh crap, it's already 6 a.m. People are already getting up. That kind of a thing. But then also there's this other layer of stress of trying to work, trying to focus. I don't want to stop. I want to get this done, but I know I have to stop. But I just need more time. That kind of a thing. Maybe. Who knows? I certainly do not. I'm good at guessing. I'm good at sometimes guessing well. But I don't know. Let's move on to track 10. This is one of Vince Staples. This also does not have lyrics. So sad. But I love Vince Staples. Vince Staples, man, last year, Dark Times, that was my album of the year last year for hip hop. Incredible album. Dark Times is an incredible, incredible album. Excited to hear him again. That'd be cool if he put out an album this year. I don't expect one, but that would be cool. Anyway, here we go. Dropping in track 10, Strange Ways. Kind of a slowed down tempo. Oh, whoa, hello. Bouncing around bass there, hanging around.
You got strange ways. You got strange ways.
Oh, yeah.
You got strange, 300 ways to get it, I know how it is. You ain't the one to be taking a whole lot of shit. You ain't the type to get dated, you not in the splits. I know it's harder than hell with strange ways. You can't even live, I'm on the cusp of the
case. There was like some thunder in there.
But he got strange ways, so I cannot play with it, not in my plans. Ay, walking and talking my shit, cause I know I'm the man.
I love
how many times did you stand? I'm following this shit, I do it again. Wait. Hey, you got strange ways.
Still gon' trip, watch my walk. 10 toes down, swim, don't drown. See one slip, bounce out quick. Christmas gifts, do your shit. If you miss, you'll dismiss. Most y'all ain't live like this. Shit get weird, shit get tense. Shit get strange, keep that thing. Let's go.
You got strange ways. You got strange ways.
Cool beat on this one.
You got strange ways.
Great contrast between this fucking machine gun bass and the piano. Oh, a little bit of guitar. Yeah. This is a cool project. Very cool project. Talk about being struck by lightning. Yeah. 3 more songs. That's it. Fuck, this is fast. What's the next one? New Era is the next one. We just have Ovrkast written for production or for credited for writing. Vince Staples sounded a little different. His voice was just a little bit different to my ear. I don't know why I point that out. I have no comment beyond that. So maybe it's just pointless information, which I have a whole garage full in the back there of pointless information. If you guys ever need any pointless information, you let me know. Let's drop into track 11, New Era. Strange Ways got a heart. So far, every track I have enjoyed. The only 2 I don't have hearts next to are the skits, but even the skits have been pretty legit, honestly. All right, here we go. Track 11, New Era.
All up in my grill like a dinner plate. It's a new era, let me demonstrate.
Oh, nice strings.
All up in my grill like a dinner plate. It's a new era, let me demonstrate.
Cool, like,
yeah.
high-pitched sample
I've
back
been
there.
allowed to stay with all my shit to talk. Still got some hits to make. I know I live with all my fade, all that shit it cost me. To be a rapper, nigga, I might miss the middle often. Staying on this deep end or being high as fuck, I couldn't say what I was seeing sharply. Spacing out some placements in my words so I can say this shit and get it off me. Many of my closest ones been in harder situations, so I get impatient when I sense a blockage. I'm trying to build the block and buy it down, knowing how my dreams coming right around. If I can write them down, yeah.
Is this like a flute? I don't know if that was a flute.
Now you done turned into some fucking Avenger in New York, nigga, that I'm supposed to just stop what the fuck I got going on. But my shit gon' keep rolling, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. You turn in your tacos for beef patties and shit like that, my nigga.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
You don't know me now, you know what I'm saying? Oh dang, bro. What you talking about?
Huh. I wonder what that's about in terms of like you turn it into an Avenger out in New York or something. Wonder if he's going through some shit where, you know, getting a little bit of traction, career starting to take off a little bit, maybe going, you know, different locations, doing shows, and people are getting a little cranky about it. Would not be the first time we've heard an artist talk about that, right? Friends changing on you as the fame comes in, as the money grows. Friends changing on you. It happens, man. It happens without that shit sometimes. It happens without it. People change. It sucks. Sometimes life just, you know, you go in different directions. Fun album, man. Really like the production on I mean, I like the production so far throughout the entire album. Fuck. I can see why people are talking about this today. Like, yeah, this is legit. This is worth listening to for sure. Only 2 tracks left. This one has Saba. This one is called Dog Days. This one has lyrics. So I can hold some lyrics up in front of me, get a little bit of chatting in about some lyrics. This is track 12, Dog Days. And Saba and Fresh Waters is also featured on here, who I'm not familiar with Fresh Waters. Don't know who that is. Anyway, dropping in track 12. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Chat. Yeah. Yo, life crazy. Yo, especially when you's a young man. One hand on my dog days, other one crammed in my plans. I get lost chasing my dreams. Gotta call moms back, I've been away, but brought things to this house that's not a home. I finally got my own place and still couldn't pay the bills. That was not a goal. I'm down 10 points, but still make it out the hole. Like my crown fit once, but now I'm breaking out the mold. Getting bigger on a bit, the bigger portion I can eat. So I'm missing, I can risk the biscuit. I can throw the game, cause I know it's options. I'm not a novice, don't be shaking.
This Chicago, this is Oakland. They wanna keep us low as Tony Braxton vocal pitch, but feel it in your gut, it's like a stomach ulcer hit. Rolling up a jetpack like you Boba Fett, and still gotta watch the people that you smoke it with. They talking climate change when really that's the coldest shit. Try and watch my energy, I got a social tick.
Say grace with the same hands, you praying plans to play it safe. Constantly tell my conscience, be conscious what you say, cause it's cats who specialize in finding out where you stay. We rode the train and the bus through the rain, and the danger and the luck. Hoping we prepare our planes without a scuff, it's rough. Pigeons can't fly this high, I soar. Watch my drive and I'ma score. Bringing all the rings to the team, you know the core. Church.
Good flow. Fresh Waters did a great job on his verse. I don't really know what the fuck. Let's go through these lines a bit. Let's go through these lines. It's called Dog Days, and the dog days are like kind of, you know, tough days, the hard days, right? Here's Ovrkast, his verse. Life crazy, especially when he was a young man. One hand on my dark days, another one it says cramped, but I feel like it sounded like he said crammed in my plans. Either way. I get lost chasing my dreams. Gotta call mom's back, I've been away. But brought things to this house that's not a home. I finally got my own place and still couldn't pay the bills. That was not a goal. How am I down 10 points but still making out the hole? Like my crown fit once, but now I'm breaking out the mold. getting bigger on him, bit the bigger portion like he ate. So I'm listening. I think I can risk the biscuit. I can throw the game because I know it's options. I'm not a novice. Don't be shaken. Why do y'all get caught up in the gossip of the stage when there's performances? I bring the form not to break when you're enduring, but now I'm going distance. These lost thoughts, cold days, and broke wishes blocked time. Then people have been amazing for children. Goddamn. These lost thoughts, cold days, and broke wishes blocked time. Why do y'all get caught up in the gossip of the stage when there's performances? I feel like, I don't know exactly what he's talking about there, but I feel like he's saying, you know, it's all a show. But then you get caught up in the gossip around something that's all for show. Like you're taking the show seriously when you also know it's a complete show. It's a performance. So why are you guys taking this so seriously? Why are you getting sucked up in gossip? I don't know. That's what it feels like he's saying, but interesting. So here's Saba. Condolences, it's over with. Judged by laws made by unholy man, but come written rules that control us with. This is Chicago. This is Oakland. They want to keep us low as Tony Braxton vocal pitch. I don't know anything about that, but it must be some sort of like mixing controversy or something like that. Or maybe she just sings low. I don't know. I don't know shit about Tony Braxton. But feel it in your gut. It's like a stomach also hit. Just like rolling up like a jetpack, or rolling up a jetpack like you Boba Fett, and you still got to watch the people you smoke it with. They're talking climate change when really that's the coldest shit. Try and watch my energy. I got a social tank. I can't help but say it if it's on my chest. You know the work of an actor, they're gonna pretend. So maybe I'm pretentious, but maybe I'm a Jim. And you know, this whole, you know the work of an actor, they're gonna pretend, it kind of ties into why y'all get caught up on the gossip of the stage when there's performances. Anyway, found through the light shine at the tunnel's end, or maybe I'm the light saying, check on the engine. That's your mindset. Text from no end then. I like this idea of maybe I'm the light saying, check on the engine. You know, a lot of this verse, I don't know exactly what he's getting at, but being the light that says, check on the engine is like the idea of being someone that just, you kind of nudge your friend and say, hey man, you know, take care of yourself. Make sure you're looking out for yourself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're eating well. Make sure you're not stressing yourself out. You know, that kind of thing. How you doing? Check your engine. See how you're doing. And then Fresh Waters went on a tear. Never ran, never will. The feel, eat what you kill. It's practice, both hands on the tax. Less is what it's written here. I don't know if that's what he actually said. Pissy hallways, dirty mattress, reap, relaxing, no caption, sun shining. Then he reclined into a casket. Tad bit to beat the rabbit, you save face on average to be disasters. I have no idea what he's saying. Say grace with the same hands you pray and plans to say it, to play it safe. Say grace with the same hands you pray and plans to play it safe. Constantly tell me conscious, be cautious what you say. Because it's something specialized in finding out where you say. We rode the train and the bus through the rain and the danger and the luck, hoping we propel our planes without a scuff. It's rough. Pigeons can't fly this high. I soar. Watch my drive and I'm a score. I have no idea. I have no idea how to break down these lyrics. Ovrkast, I feel like, makes a bit of sense. I can kind of piece his together. Essentially this idea of how is it I'm making it, but I'm still broke? Or not necessarily that. Not that. I don't want to say that he's still broke. But it's funny how sometimes, you know, you've got this mindset of, oh, if I could just make a little bit more money, if I could just have this, then, you know, this struggle, this issue, whatever, I could kind of take care of that. But then you get that extra money and you're like, well, fuck, I'm not better off than I was before. Like, how did that happen? How is it I have more money, the money that I wanted to have, now I have that, and I'm still like what happened? How do I still feel like I'm just as financially strained as I was before, even though now I have the extra money? Anyway, well, there's one final track. It's called On Time. It's 2 minutes long. Writers are Ovrkast. Drop into the final track. of While the Iron is Hot. Here we go. What a cool project. Lots of great production. Loving the use of the piano. Pretty consistent throughout the album. Good clean beats too.
Tell them that we on time. Tell them that we on time. Tell them that we on time. Yo, we went from uptown to downtown, around town to SoundCloud, and we ain't had no lookout watching over us wild childs. Little kids taking overseas, breaking cheese. The weird couldn't play me. I done seen what they believe. It's shit getting wicked. Lockdown, take me out the trenches. Brookfield, Elmhurst, East Oakland felt first hand like a war zone. So more life to my brothers on the court though. Yeah, I still made it. Relatively to the fan, but I'm still famous. Necessary when I jam, it get real dangerous. On the prayer, we don't fare nothing, shit amazing. All the layers in my damn soul got a facelift. I don't care, I'ma carry love when it's. I don't care, I'ma carry love when it's hate shit. Yeah, tell them that we on time. Yeah, so tell them that we on time. Tell them that we on time. Wait, so tell them that we on time. Yeah, so tell them that we on. Yeah.
I feel like I feel like the whole tell them we're on time thing is there's a note here. Actually, I think it's on this page. If I can set this stuff down here. Let me scroll up. After 3 long years since his debut. So I wonder if there's this element of people, we've been waiting, what's taking so long, we've been waiting. And it, tell them we're on time. No, this is how long it took. This is how long it took for me to put this together. And I'm sure there are tons of reasons and tons of timelines that people think they're supposed to adhere to, and record companies that push, and contracts and obligations, all kinds of shit, right? Fans want this and who knows what. But the truth is, an album takes as long as it takes to make it. And some people can spit shit out really fast. Some people, like Tool, spend 13 fucking years. 13 years putting an album together. That's a little excessive, in my opinion. Don't spend 13 years on an album. Some guys, they can crack one off every 9 months or year and a half or whatever. Some it's 3 or 4 years. But I just like this idea of, especially with some of the stuff he was talking about in that track, we made it from uptown to downtown to, I can't remember exactly, and there was a line in there about we're still that kids from North Oakland, or, I think there's a celebration in the fact that, hey, we made it. Like we're here. Don't worry so much that the album is late or whatever it is specifically that he's talking about. Like, no, we're here. Like, this is now in an existence versus, the chances of any of this happening at all were slim to begin with. So don't look at the negative of why is it taking so long. Celebrate the fact that we're here at all. And so it's on time because it's here. Maybe. That's my takeaway. First listen, no lyrics in front of me. Good shit, man. Good shit. Now, there's more on Genius here. I'm not going to read this, but Ovrkast is the Oakland rapper, producer, putting sample loops back on the map. I don't know. None of these pages really reference production, except for the first one. So I don't know who's doing the production. If it is him, if it's just him, that's pretty great. Great production. I really like these guys who can produce and rap. Basically, they just do the whole thing. They make the whole song. I love that. I think there's something very special about that. I think it's a dual skill that it feeds both skills. If you're a rapper, you'll probably make beats in a certain way to facilitate how you might want to rap. And if you're making beats and you know what you want to rap, you can probably, you can shape the beat to suit that mood or that style. And then too, if you've got a cool beat, you can probably fuck around with it and change it and chop it to know, okay, yeah, here's where I want to land vocally. And then if you're rapping on it, here's where I want to give this piece of sound some space. Anyway, bit of a side rant. there. Cool album. Very cool album. Really want to listen to Small Talk again. Probably my favorite. SPIKELEE was great. New Era, I remember enjoying. Honestly, I enjoyed the whole thing. It's tough without the lyrics in front of me. But lesson learned, I think. I think that's going to be a lesson for me to learn here, is that these smaller artists that I want to check out, I would like to continue doing that. But I might have to wait a week or so. I need to check and see if the lyrics, I shouldn't commit to doing an album reaction until lyrics exist, because that's a big part of my interaction with an album when I sit down with it. And while I do feel like I've gotten better at just listening, you know, and I can actually hear what they're saying, even though I can't really talk about it as much, discussing what they're talking about and really trying to dig into that and chew on it for a while is too much fun to not have as part of my format. So going forward, yeah, I'll try and make sure we got lyrics first before I sit down. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Well, yeah, there you go. Y'all, a little bit of a doubleheader Friday, new releases, some smaller artists, but good shit. Good shit all around. Yeah, I like this. I like Ovrkast. Cool album. And I do like, too, how he's got these couple little skits, you know, talk about the lightning strike. And the guy telling him to wear goggles to be safe. It's funny. Very funny. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon.